Presented by Triple J.
All right, welcome to sports. Andy Wheeler here, filling in for Dave Delgado. And tonight we're talking about lifting very, very heavy things. And competitors from Guam going off island to compete. And joining us on the show, Grace Tacuyan-Witt, who you've done quite a bit in the powerlifting sport. Is that what we're calling it?
Yes.
Okay, so you've done quite a bit, but we're not really going to focus about you today. We're going to talk about some other competitors that have gone off island. One recently, Gerald. Let's talk about what happened.
Okay, so Gerald is one of our newest lifters. He started lifting about a year ago, and he competed at his first meet. It was called the Winter Open in Las Vegas, Nevada. This was this past Saturday. Not only was he able to set records for Guam for his weight class, he actually took home first place in the junior division.
Wow.
Open division, and actually took home best lifter.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so making moves, and he is a junior, like you said, so he hasn't been at it for like 15 years.
No.
He's a young guy.
Yes.
And it's a close community that you have here, the powerlifters on Guam, that do it competitively, not just go to the gym, I'm just trying to stay fit. But it's a pretty close group, so whenever someone goes off island, everybody knows what's happening out there.
We do. Actually, even that day, I was getting text messages from him as early as 4 in the morning, letting me know what he was doing to get ready. We are a very close, tight-knit community because we're so small.
Right.
And we all train together. We're all kind of separated by our time frames at the gym, but of the most part, we support each other because it's still a growing sport here.
There's a group chat, isn't there?
There's several group chats.
Yeah, okay, all right. And it is a small group, like you said, but the sport has really grown, not just in the number of people that are competing, but the quality of competitors that we're putting out there. What do you attribute that to?
One of the things that I attribute it to is the newness of the sport, and the fact that it's something that is well, like I said, new to the sport, but it's something that I feel that anybody can do. Right. I just turned 42, but I started this when I was 36. So age knows no number with powerlifting. I've competed with people in their 70s and 80s, and that's what's pretty awesome. You could be as young as 12 to compete, and I've seen, like I said, in their 80s. So the fact that as long as you're trained and someone guides you, anybody can do this sport.
Right, and it's a lot of the competitions, I know the deadlifts and dames that we did, it's broken down into age, weight, and all that. Yes. So, you know, a 50-year-old lady is not going to be going in against a 6'5", 300-pound man to compete. So it's a complicated formula to determine how well you're doing, but it's just for your class, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so anyone can do it, but it takes a lot of work. You don't walk into the gym and immediately start lifting 400 pounds.
No. Like for me, it took me almost 5 years to get to that point, but we do what's called programming. So it's not like I'm gonna go to the gym, I just decide I'm gonna lift weights. There's a method to the madness. Most powerlifting programs run from 6 to 10 weeks, and it's really based on your skill set, how much you can handle. It's even based on your work schedule. So it really
just find that time to go to the gym, and I mean, you don't need to spend 12 hours in the gym every day, do you?
You don't. In fact, I've cut down my training time down to like 2 to 3 days of heavy lifting. I used to do 5 to 6.
Because you find out what works best for you.
Yes.
And that goes for every individual that wants to get into it. You find out what works for you. Because if I go into the gym and I see you lifting 200 pounds, I'm like, okay, that's not going to happen for me. Here's Big Tone over here lifting, 3 cars at the same time. That's not going to be me. You have to find out what works for you.
Absolutely. And what's great is that, I've done this long enough that I can look at someone in the gym. I'm like, okay, this person just has natural strength. Now, there's some people that actually have to work into it. But here's an example. One of the guys that's actually representing Guam, he's actually in Hawaii. They flew out yesterday. His name is Chris. I met Chris, and he's now competing in his first meet, which is pretty awesome. And I saw him like, you need to be a powerlifter.
Right.
Like, you just know.
They have the good form, the natural ability, the strength, and you see like, hey, we can cultivate that.
Absolutely.
So someone, if they are interested in getting into powerlifting competitively, where would they even start?
Well, locally, I mean, there are several of us here on island. I probably have the most experience. I've had the most competitions under my belt, going on 6 years of competing.
Nice.
I'm actually the chair for Guam for the USPA Federation. So if they want to learn how to be able to even get onto that platform nationally, then they can come and, you know, talk to me about it, and I can prep them. So I actually coach powerlifting as well. By the end of this month, I will be Guam's only certified powerlifting coach.
Oh, wow, good.
And I want to be able to see that people, anybody can do it.
Yeah, anybody can, but it does require a lot of work.
Yes.
Okay, so you have some big things coming up. There's competitions off island, and we're going to get into that in the podcast after this. So make sure you check us out on social media. Grace, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, powerlifting guys, go lift heavy things with Grace. All right, that's it for sports. We'll be back with more.